Autolinks in Markdown let you explicitly make sure an email address or URL is rendered as a link. They can be a shorter alternative to the normal Markdown link syntax, and they're standard compliant, so they should work across any Markdown engine that targets Common Mark. Let's take a look at them. So to demonstrate autolinks, I'm using VS Code here. So we have the source text of our Markdown file on the left, and then a rendered version of the Markdown file open on the right-hand side here. And many Markdown engines will actually look at your source text, and anything that looks like a URL will be automatically converted into a link. But that's not actually standard behavior, so it's not part of the Common Mark standard, and not every Markdown engine will do that. You can see that sure enough for this link here, so going to example.com, it is just being rendered as plain text, so it's not actually interactive, and it's not being rendered as a blue clickable link. We can fix that using autolinks, which are a much shorter way of doing this versus using the normal Markdown link syntax. So for an autolink, all we have to do is wrap the link or email address inside of angle brackets. So I'll go to the opening part of my link here, create an opening angle bracket, and then go to the closing part of the link and create a closing angle bracket. And you can see that just by the addition of the angle brackets here, we've created an autolink. And this is going to be rendered as a clickable link over in our rendered Markdown. So now when we click on this, it is going to go to example.com in our standard browser. The other neat thing about autolinks is that they are much shorter than the normal alternative. So if we wanted to write the same using a normal Markdown link, we'd actually have to duplicate the link destination twice. So let's go and create a normal Markdown link. So we'll have the angle brackets to define the text that is going to be shown for our link, and then the parentheses to define our link destination. You can see that we had to duplicate our link destination, example.com, twice here inside of the normal Markdown link to go get both the destination correct and the text that's rendered in the preview to be correct. Now, autolinks also work with URLs with different schemes. So we could create a mail to link if we wanted to, for example, so that it would open an email client. So we'll say mail to, and then go and modify this to be an email address. So I'll say me@example.com. And now when someone clicks on this link, it would actually open your normal email client and start an email to me@example.com. But one cool feature is that for email addresses, you can actually omit the mail to entirely. So we could just get rid of the mail to part of the link here. So the text that we see is just the email address, but behind the scenes, this is still a mail to link that when we click on it, will open our normal email client and start an email to me@example.com. Again, all we had to do to create this was put an email address inside of those angle brackets to create an autolink. So by wrapping it in angle brackets here, we ensure that across all different Markdown engines, it should always be rendered as an email address. The autolink syntax is a concise way to explicitly create links in your Markdown. Now, even though most Markdown engines will do this automatically for anything that looks like a URL or email address, that's not actually part of the standard, so it's not really something you can rely on. And sometimes you have to turn off that automatic linkification because it's causing problems where things that shouldn't be links are getting converted into links. If you have a Markdown engine that doesn't automatically linkify things, or you had to turn off that linkification, you can always use this autolink syntax, which should always work. And it's pretty minimal to add. Just add the angle brackets here, and things should correctly be rendered as a link. So that's a quick look at Markdown's standard autolink syntax and how you can quickly use it for URL links and email addresses.